nothing for us to keep that entire version chain until you explicitly delete it. Of course, you can delete those versions and remove them from the cloud, but if you don't, then we'll keep them built into the system. And then archiving. A little understood area of online backup is the distinction between online backup and then archiving. The best way to explain it is to describe what, for example, Mozy does as a very well-known competitor of ours. If you're backing up file A on a PC every single day and then you delete that file, Mozy will delete that file from the cloud on the basis that to keep that file would no longer be backing it up, but would be keeping an archive. Well, we've built archiving into the product, and we don't delete that file from the cloud simply because you deleted it from the local environment. Simply because deleting it from the local environment may have been a mistake. We did a study on our own customers a couple of years ago, and we found that more than 60% of single file recoveries were because of accidental data deletion. So, as product managers, we decided that this is a very common thing that our users we're using the system for, which was to help them recover from an accidental data deletion incident. So the last thing we should do is delete that file automatically. And thus, we've built archiving into the solution from the ground up, which allows you, again, if you're selling this to small business customers, lets you sell this as an archiving tool as well as a DR tool. Okay, so let's spin through the actual SOS partnership model and how it works. In the interest of time, I'm going to flip through a few of these slides. So the first thing to know about our partner program is everything in the SOS universe has been built as a platform. So it's platform as a service, to borrow Salesforce's terminology. This says that we are used to power over 300 white label providers. That's now out of date. It's more than 500 white label providers and about 1,000 partners in total. Everything you see, whether that's web forms or shopping carts or PC product technology or an iPhone client, all of it's completely rebrandable and retoolable. So the whole system is built around customizable back-end services that we host in our cloud for you, branded front-end software, even branded sales support and technical support services that allow you to rapidly get into the market and deploy your own online backup solution, but in a fully customized way. So I think the biggest value SOS adds to our resellers is really customizing our solution in hundreds of different configurable ways for your business and your product set as we take you to market. And so we actually have, I'm talking out of sequence, but we actually have what we call our partner delivery team, who are a group of consultants who work with you in the week or two after you sign up as a partner to actually design and implement both a sales and marketing strategy for you as a company, but also to build your software and configure your software so that it looks and works the way that you want it to, which is very powerful. We're the only online backup vendor that can do that, and we really lead the market in terms of customized white label backup solutions. So this diagram here on screen really summarizes the key 7 areas of our partner program, and they are our infrastructure. You get access to our 11 data centers around the world. Those data centers are located in the United States, Canada, Australia, India, the United Kingdom, and the Ukraine. So we've got most major geographic areas of the world covered. If you're in Australia, the United Kingdom, Canada, or the USA, you can specify that you want your data to stay in country. So you can talk to a partner specialist about that. From a product and software standpoint, you get access to all of our product and our technology that is then all rebranded by that partner delivery team I was just referring to. From a billing standpoint, we've got 3 different billing solutions. We can help you set up a fully e-commerce gateway so that you can sign up customers through a shopping cart in a fully automated sale. There's then a more traditional billing arrangement where we just send you an invoice once a month and you deal with your customers. And then lastly, of course, we've got very detailed account management APIs that you can hook into so that you can fully integrate your CRM systems and customer management systems with the SOS Cloud APIs. Got a question here, going back to the technology, is there bare metal recovery? There's not bare metal recovery yet, and the reason I say yet is it's just too data intensive. one of the biggest problems with bare metal recovery is it's image-based, and you end up with enormous quantities of data that need to be transferred. Online backup is really built around highly optimized data extraction and compression. And so there's really no vendors in the market who've been able to successfully make an image-based and bare metal online backup recovery solution that works properly. So we're working on that. Everybody's working on that. But I really think until broadband penetration improves over where it is today, it's just not going to be feasible over typical corporate internet connections. Here at our office, we've got a 100 megabit connection, for example, and we do bare metal-based recovery to the cloud. So it can be done, but it's extremely bandwidth intensive, and it's not market ready for small businesses at this point. I think in the next 3 or 4 years, we're going to see that get to a point where it is feasible to do with typical internet connections. Hope that answers that question. We've got another question here. Are all recoveries based on re-downloading, or can you send a hard drive back? Yeah, we can certainly send you a hard disk drive. We call that a physical media recovery. But most of our customers opt to just download the data through the software or through. So back to the diagram and talking through the different elements of the partner program. We've got very deep marketing support for our partners. And I'm going to just flip now to a browser. And I just want to highlight for you the SOS's Partner Resource Center. And you can browse this after the webinar. If you go to the resellers section of our website and you click on Partner Resource Center, what you'll get here is an overview of all of the resources we help bring to bear for you. So I'll just go through the topics down here at the bottom. So the PRC was built because we had a lot of small IT shops who said to us that they had a couple hundred clients, and they were very good when it came to delivering IT services to their customers. But when it came to the sales and marketing end of the business, they were really hoping to lean on us for more help. So the PRC is filled with resources to really help you drive leads from your customers and new customers, help you harvest those leads, turn them into opportunities, close those sales opportunities, and then manage that customer base. So there's email templates, pricing guidelines, sales presentation templates, a full DR plan that you can use with your clients, proposal templates, a sales guide, some white papers that you can leverage, and then there's deep training as well. We'll talk about those in a little bit. From a sales standpoint, what we do is also quite unusual. You work with your partner specialist, and they actually stay with you and they keep working with you whilst you're a partner to help you win business. So the most typical way to work with them is when you've got customer calls or where you've got opportunities, you'll bring the SOS staff into those discussions to help you win the business. It's a very powerful resource for you, particularly in the early days of a rollout of your product. From a training standpoint, there's training that goes on every day for our partners. There's 3 different training streams, or perhaps there's 4 by now, but there's a support training stream for your support and operations staff. There's a sales training stream for your salespeople. There's an overall just technology training stream, which I think everybody attends. And then there are also some ad hoc trainings for some of our point products like Pulse and our web integration packages. But again, talk to our partner specialists about the training programs, and you can even sign up to some of those prior to becoming a partner and learn more about what it's all about. And then technical support. We've got 24/7 tech support for partners by phone for all level 3 escalations. And then our most common support vehicle is our live chat service, which runs 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday. You can see that on our website. All right, so another common question we get is, where are we seeing our partners have success in selling online backup? And so just from an industry standpoint, just some highlights are medical and healthcare industry, because of the HIPAA regulations, which prescribe certain procedures that businesses have to follow when they're protecting EPHI, electronic protected health information. The regulations do not prescribe that businesses must use online backup, but what they do prescribe is that data must be backed up, it must be backed up off-site, it must be versioned, it must be kept for up to 7 years, and it must be encrypted. And the net of all that is that the only technology that can adequately fill that need is online backup. So medical industry is a very, very rich market for online backup. And if you're in the business of selling disaster recovery and archiving solutions into the medical industry, then this will be a very good fit for you. Similarly, in the fin services sector, the Sarbanes-Oxley regulations prescribe very similar requirements for data protection and backup. And then the legal and government industries have always been large consumers of this type of technology, education as well. And in terms of the business need that's being solved, the most common way to sell the solution is obviously as a disaster recovery and archiving tool, but there are some more point applications that are starting to emerge as common ways to sell the product. So laptop fleet protection, foremost among them. You can check out our sister website at laptopfleetprotect.com, but also as a branch office solution or for traditional server-based backup applications like email, app server, and database server. And then remote data access and mobile data access as well has become more and more popular. Question here from Paul. I'm wondering about the granularity of the backup. In particular, I have users with large multi-gigabyte Outlook PST files. My current sync backup sends the whole file even if only a few bytes have changed. Does SOS do it differently, perhaps block level only?